That we see you're tired or something. So managers are meant to be screaming, managers are meant to have the energy. Okay. How many problems do you have? How many challenges do you have? But it should not be so choky to the point where you don't bring the right energy to training. Okay.
Alright.
I'll tell you, energy is needed in our business. 100%. It's not negotiable. It's just something you want to negotiate. It's just something that you want to do without or you want to manage. And if it's not there, I'll push. If it's not, challenges my down. How many of you guys understand Yoruba very well? Raise up your hand. Like you understand Yoruba. If they speak it, you understand. You don't understand? What's the meaning of challenges my down? She was when I gave me what's called the hint. If you don't understand Yoruba at all, let me see your hint. You don't understand Yoruba at all. Like at all. Raise up your hand very well. When they say it, you don't really understand. Don't lie. Raise up your hand very well. Like very well now. I want to see it. Okay, we have just a few. You guys are Igbos, right? Are you guys pure Igbos? Pure Igbos. Is there any Hausa person here? Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Alright. The only way, this way. This way, the stress way. The stress way, the confirm way. They're increasing. They're incredible. Don't wait for my future. Don't wait for your future. My future is bright. My future is secure. On the long range. You're not talking very well. On the long range. Give your life, someone say I'm alive. Give me the way, someone say I'm on the way. Give me excited, someone say I'm excited. Fantastico. Wow. Some persons are still distracted. I'm trying to get your mind to be here. That line, etiquette. What man move if you are too cold and I just catch you last song, you come and join me outside. Okay. Once I catch you and you are too cold, you come and join me outside. This is where you do your writing, this is where you do your everything. I don't want it to be cold. Your mind needs to be here. Because these are trainings that can change your business if you are very intentional with it. These are trainings that can actually change your life too. They are not random trainings, they are special trainings. Some just special training. And the mood that you are in, at the point of receiving those kind of information will determine how well you do with it. On your 100, I'm telling you. So now these are the kind of training that you want to be there and then you are just cold. These are the kind of training that you want to be there, you are just passive, you are just looking, your energy level is not there. Even if the person come here to train you, you still will not step up. So at this point in time, I want you to do away with some unnecessary line of thoughts. Okay, one buyer is stopping you. Pause it for now. At home, they are saying, can you go pause it for now? You don't know what you eat this afternoon. Try and pause it for now. I will not tell you what I don't do myself. At the beginning stage of my business, I have issues, I have challenges too. But anytime I'm coming to office and if I'm in office mode, I try to lock out all those forms of distractions. And I'm not joking. So do away with all those bullshit. I call them bullshit. So I say do away with the bullshit. Do away with it. So you want to be here to actually get value. Money goes back.
Step up.
Money goes back.
Step up.
Until she cold. Money goes back.
Step up.
When you step up, when you make money, when you feel good, when you live long, when you die old, when you make a room. So say I'm about to win. So say I'm about to succeed. So say I'm about to lower. I'm about to lola. I'm about to dinner. My gogo delay me gan. My gogo delay me gan. Nobody sorrow my gogo delay gan. Because they are saying what I'm saying, I'm number one, you're number two. Because I'm the one with the mic, I'll be richer than you. Because I'm not standing up, you're sitting down, I'll be richer than you. You want to cheat, you're cheating. Fantastico. Wow. Every one of us, if we be our business well, we all have the chance to pick well. We all have the chance to have a better life, but we must do very well. Okay. Right. So let's try to celebrate God Almighty. Let's celebrate God Almighty. Some people's energies are coming up. Some person's energy. Let's see God here. Like you guys can talk about. That's God. And at the same time, let's do God to celebrate all all the stress leaders in our business. Let's celebrate all the stress leaders in our business. Let's celebrate them. Okay. Alright. So now we know this is a business of pure leadership. This is a business where we know people that knows the way, they go the way, they learn, and they come back to train us and they carry us along the way. So now let's work to celebrate Sky Team leadership. Let's celebrate Sky Team leadership. I tell you that Mr. Downline Libro. Let's work to celebrate it. Let's celebrate it. Okay. Let's celebrate our president member, Mr. Precious. You already. He's a boss. Let's go celebrate it. Fantastic. So with the same level of energy, let's do what celebrate young Atiba's leadership. Let's celebrate young Atiba's leadership. Let's do what celebrate Archie Santo by Dapo. Let's do what celebrate Basic Director, leaders of leaders, Mr. Ikea. Let's do what celebrate Fantastico. Let's celebrate the Sapphire Directors. This team. Let's celebrate the Emerald Directors, the Directors. Fantastico. And we also need to celebrate the leaders, right? Abino, that's the senior managers and executive managers. Let's celebrate them. If you know you want to become one, celebrate them. If you know you want to become one, celebrate them. Fantastico. So when I joined this business, I knew nothing about network marketing. I've read it before in books, but I didn't understand the concept. I've not heard about FAT before, far back as 2020. So when I joined them, I had to learn. I had to adapt to the business. I had to listen. And thank God I was actually surrounded by quality people who were also ready to train me and give me the best version of themselves. So in this business, let me celebrate my mentor, Mr. Love at the Let's go celebrate. Okay. And of course, there's a great person who connected me to the business opportunity. I know I have the energy, I have the potential, but I was investing into the wrong things. I'll tell you guys my story real quick. It's my celebrity. This projecting. Okay, alright. So, but in case they want me to be operating it myself, no problem. Well, I can be filming it. Alright. So I was connected to this business by an amazing person. And if not for him, I'll probably be doing fashion designing, be doing agriculture, be doing a lot of back-to-back. I will not be making a lot of money. I'll be struggling. Most likely, me myself, I know. Let's not deceive ourselves. There are probabilities that will actually be out there struggling. I will actually be out there in the rat race, trying to make money, pour it on expenses, try to make money, pour it on expenses. Because that's what most persons out there are currently doing. So if your errands are not too busy, let me celebrate my sponsor. My one day, and one low, and one dollar, when you got the raw say I got it. The person is a repeat director. The South Africa race. I go to my league. It's a meeting to make up fast. Okay. Alright. So now if you believe in yourself and your own abilities, if you believe that your life can actually get better through network marketing, if you believe that things can actually change for you through network marketing, and you know that in this business, you're not here to sell granite, you're not here to sell ice cream, you're here to get results, and you strongly believe in yourself, celebrate yourself, guys. Celebrate yourself. Okay. Alright. See, when it comes to trainings like this, they are actually born from a place of creativity. When it comes to trainings like this, they are born from a place of the leader wanting you guys to do well. The leader wants you guys to grow. The leader wants you guys to have better level of results. They've noticed some things and they want you guys to actually get better at them. And it takes selfless leaders to train very well in our business. Leaders that will sit down, that will create plans, that will come up with strategies. It takes very selfless leaders to come up with these things. So let's try to celebrate a leader that I so much respect that multiple times I go to him, ask him questions, how do I get after that? Let's go to celebrate this idea. Let's celebrate this. Let's celebrate it. I call him Mr. In case you don't know, that's our rich dad in Sky Team. Fantastico. Now breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. That's good. So now let's bring out our pens, let's bring out our jotter, and let's get ready to learn. I want your mind to be here. and I want you to be ready to receive. I want your mind to be here, and I want you to be very ready to receive. Mr. Bumi and Mr. Jody, no. Alright. Fantastic. Go. Wow. So now let's start. So now we're here for managers school, right? I've been now. Or the way I actually see it, I actually see more like senior managers in training. So now I see more like people that want to actually become senior managers, executive managers. And then this is more like a training that would actually help you to achieve that next goal. Fantastical. So that probably you guys have been managers for like a while. Probably some of you guys are like the old school managers. When we're doing 250, probably some of you guys were like the old school managers, and probably some of you guys were the 500 PPV managers. How many of you guys were like the 250 managers? 250 PPV managers. We have them here. When Eli was doing 250 PPV managers, you don't have them here. Are you sure? Yeah, sure. Okay, so every one of you guys here are like the 500 PPV managers. Happy? If you are 500 PPV manager, let me see your hands up. That means to a larger extent, you have someone in your team. Happy now? Are you a manager? But you didn't respond now. Are you 500 or 250? 750. So she didn't want to raise up my hand for 500. Say, I'm not 500, I'm 750. How many guys are 750 managers here? 750 managers. Okay. But we have more than 500 PPV managers. Happy now? That means that there's a long way to what? To go. So now managers is actually not the position. I think when I step here is like, where am I discussing? How to like maintain this aspect. Okay.
Alright.
But I can share money. So now, manager is actually just a phase to go through. One of the major things that you want to have in your mind is to become a senior manager. Fantastical. Wow. Manager is not where you want to stay, you want to sleep, or you're just dancing around that place. It's just a simple process, a simple stage that I want to pass through and become a senior manager. But don't worry, you guys are actually going to learn a lot of things today that would actually help that goal to actually become clearer to you. Fantastical. Wow. But now let's actually start with my story real quick so that you can actually get to have a better idea of the kind of person that's actually speaking to you. So my name is Ysam and I'm that's my business name. Now I'll tell you guys, I'm a living testimony, and I'm a product of FAG. I'm a living testimony that the business works. I'm a living testimony that this business can actually change your life. 360 degree. So I was born into an average family. My dad is actually into logistics. My mom was actually a teacher. They were doing a lot of stuff. They were working so hard, but they were just average. Little to nothing to really show for it like that. Of course, I was able to go to one of the best schools in Ife, that was Ambassador's College. And I had access to see a lot of things. I had more exposure. I see nice cars, and when I watch movies, I actually see the quality of life that some persons live. And I tell myself, oh God, punish poverty, I must not be poor. I have to work hard, I have to make it. And to a larger extent, I need to be able to help my parents, I need to be able to change the situation of things. And the only way we knew to do that was to actually go and learn a trade. Either I learned some small fashion designing, learn probably all the small computer centers, you learn different kind of stuff, or you go to school and you try to perform so excellently in school. So I actually wanted to study pharmacy. That was my goal. I did my job, posited me. At a very young age, I had to leave home, come to campus, studying overnight, studying those courses and stuff like that, so that I can do when I posited my exams. Unfortunately, I had 67 over 100 that particular year, 67 over 100. And the cut-off for pharmacy that year was 70. So I was just 3 points less than the cut-off to study pharmacy. And you guys know how OE works. If your parents don't have the right connections, and you don't have money to push some things, it might not really work out. But at that period, there were some things that happened that actually shaping my mindset. I was very much younger, but the lessons were very clear to me because I learned them the hard way. And I'm actually going to share them with you. What was the first one? When I was trying to gain admission, my parents had to print on my disciplinary result, everything. We went to campus, we went to see some lecturers that we knew from church or from forums. And anytime we entered the rooms, my mom would have to kneel down when they are trying to talk to them. Please, Mini, help me. You have to like kneel down, beg some of them. I felt embarrassed. And I'll tell you the reason. It's simple. Assuming they were begging, let's say I committed a crime and they were begging. You know, it's a different thing. Yeah, this man. As when I committed a crime and they are begging, you know it's a different thing. I think now. But it's not like I committed any crime. But they are trying to beg because they are trying to secure like a better future for me. They thought that more, oh, you have the overrun city, large extent, this might not work out. So that was the situation. I was not happy. But I don't get choice. Mr. Go shaking their go back, no, thank you, sir. We'll keep them learning, do other things. But at the end of the day, pharmacy did not work out. They gave me agricultural economics. The day I got my admission at home, every environment, everything was actually not too good. Fine, we had that I got admission, but it was not a course that everybody was actually happy with. And I could see my parents' eyes, they were not happy too. But they would not show it so much. They just want to encourage you, yeah, no problem, you can go for it. When you go for it, you can change it down, you can take another chance, stuff like that. But me, I don't see how much they're not happy. I know that they wanted that pharmacy for me. And I was so happy too, I cried like mad. But when life throws you lemon, you make what? Your money. No matter what they go on. So I had to come in for agricultural economics. When I came for agricultural economics, I was so happy. I didn't even like people in my department. I don't like guys in my faculty. I wrote with guys in Medria. I wrote with guys in what's called Earth Sciences and the likes. And that's because these guys were my friends from secondary school, but their parents had more connections. I had some friends that I Medria and dentistry, and I had better scores than they had. But they had more connections than my parents. So I learned two major lessons, as I was saying. The first one, life is not fair to poor people. Life is not fair to people that don't have connections. Life is not fair to people that are poor. If you are poor, you are always going to get the lesser part of life. This is not here about being emotional. This is not here about not being happy with the statement. That's life. And we see it happen almost every single day. When you are poor, you don't get choice. If you are poor, life always throws some different push at you and you have no choice than to accept it. A poor person does not really have so much of choices. And that's what happened to me. If my parents were wealthy and they had necessary connections, I would not have actually ended up in agricultural economics. I would have got my pharmacy clean sheet. And secondly, when you don't have so many choices, people are still going to encourage you to pick up the low ones. So my parents have told me, come on, go for it. People have to start encouraging my agricultural economics. It's not what? It's not bad. And I need that the same thing will happen when I'm done with school. If I should finish school and I'm unable to beat something reasonable, what happens? People around you will encourage you to take up lesser choices. Maybe the job is 30,000, hey, you can manage it. Maybe the job is 70,000, you'll be managing one office, hey, you can collect it, administrative job at the end, get it now, it's not bad now. You are going to be saying it's not bad now. And when you end up in those kind of scenarios, if you don't find a way to get yourself out, that's how you are going to most likely end up there and probably die there. Fantastico. So I realized that when I get admission, I realized that I just have to be an exceptional person. If I don't want to end up accepting what life is throwing at me, I have to be exceptional. And that's how I started. My part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. I was working out like a mad person. You can go to the next slide. I was working out like a mad person. On campus, I had to even start a business. And this was when I was into fashion designing. I knew that I must be an exceptional student. I don't have the calling to be a student that I just do triangular lifestyle. From school, I go to church, from church to tutorial, from tutorial back to hostel. All those ones I see as a pushy lifestyle. I need to do more than schooling. I already knew right from time. I knew where I was coming from based on my background. I can't afford to just do the normal triangular lifestyle and I will expect to make it. I already knew that at the end of school, if I'm not careful, I will accept lower choices in life. So I started hustling like back to back, and I did it exceptionally well. Now I went to write this down. Anything working at all is working well. Anything working at all is working well. And that's why I'm not happy when people join FAG. And when they join FAG, they are doing bullshit. They join a business that can help their life, they are taking it with levity. Even if you have parents that are abroad, it does not mean that you should not do the business well. You have cousins that are outside the country, it does not mean that you should not do the business well. Anything working at all at that main time is working well. You may have other options, you may have other bridges that can help you, but it does not mean that you should not do things well. Little did I know that when I was doing fashion designing, when I was planning to do all those stuff, that there will be a foundation to help my network marketing business. Because when I was into fashion designing, I learned how to talk to people, I learned marketing. I was in Awu. I learned how to talk to people and tell them this is what I'm into. I need your what's called your patronage. And guess what? When I change network marketing, it down my prospecting. Because I'm no longer shy to talk to people and tell them this is what I do. I already learned how to do that from fashion designing. And when I was in faculty, my faculty, I got the best entrepreneur of the year. The picture might not be so sharp because of the projector, but you can see right there. I was into a lot, but there was no systems. I was into a lot, but I was still scared. Maybe or more, I don't want to take some while. And when I got to part 4, next slide please. When I got to part 4, I have to learn more about my faculty, I have to learn more about agriculture. And I realized that agriculture makes sense. But you need money to be a successful agriculturist. This was part 4 when we went to they used us like crazy laborers. And this was also in part 4 when I was the president of my department. So before FAG, I was already working and I'm trying to build my life and trying to create that layout. And I can tell you that yes, if I should compare what I've actually learned outside FAG to what I've actually learned in FAG, you cannot compare it. FAG is one of the best organizations that can really develop it with the systems that the business has created. I'll tell you honestly, because without FAG, I was trying to develop myself. With feeding budget, I will travel to Lagos, travel to Ibadan, attend conferences. We want to hear from successful people. But that's what you guys get for free in FAG. In FAG, you don't have to pay to see traveling to one place so far away almost every single month to go to conferences. We get all of those things in our business almost for free. So this is what I was doing before the business, and I realized that more, if I want to make it in agriculture, I need money. It's not about passion. Agriculture doesn't care about you're passionate about this. You're going to look so older than your age if you're using passion to do agriculture. Fantastic. Wow. So now, when we're doing part 4, Corona period happened. And it was at that point in time I was really praying. I was really hoping for a better opportunity. I was really praying that God, I need something that I could do that would help me make money. I have just 1 year left on campus. I don't want to be the kind of graduate that will be looking for jobs. I don't want to be the kind of graduate that will have to run back to my parents and my parents will have to be begging other people for job placement. So it was at that point in time that my sponsor reached out to me and he shared me the concept about the business. It was even through a phone call. Me and my sponsor were not close before the business. I just used to see him around the faculty, and in fact, by that point in time, I was already prepared for opportunities. That he told me about the business, I said yes, and I actually joined. So I joined this business in June 2020. That was June 2020. I came into the office for business explanation, and I got started. See, because I was ready, I got started with the right level of energy. Thank God Mr. Deya is here. He's actually our first email marketing trainer. It was the first week I joined this business I started in overnight. The first week that I joined this business. That was the week I started in overnight. My place at Compa was very close to the Amigo office. And I knew I cannot waste all my money on transportation. I started sleeping in office. I started giving the business my all. With so much of energy. I signed up within 45 days of going to the office. In July 2020, that was when I started my business as a distributor. In August 2020, that was when I became a manager. In December 2020, that was when I became a senior manager. Year 2021, we moved out of the Amico office to Mansion office. My sponsor and some of my cross lines. My cross line will become here today. One of my best friends in the business, Mr. City. So that was when we moved to Mansion office and we started building. It was hard. It was not easy. When that same year I became an executive manager, that same 2021 I became a director. So 2022 I moved out of Mansion office to our own office, Blockbuster office. So the year 2022, that's when I became an emerald director. And 2023, that's when I became a sapphire director. And today, I'm a sapphire director, building the business of a ruby director. Okay. See, the way I just summarized it, all over. Anytime I talk about it, I mention it, I remember the process. I remember some of the pains of building. And I will tell you, I have never regretted joining this business. Mr. You can go to the next slide. I don't want to be directing it too much, but you can just try to follow it through. I will tell you, the business has changed my life as a person. If you should give me 1 hour to be talking about what the business has done for me, it's a lot. It's a lot. I know where I'm coming from and I know where I currently am. And I know where I'm actually going to. Before the business, I didn't have nice gadgets. I had a techno phone, and I had a old laptop that's very, very slow. Thank God, one of our ward members is Mr. Dom. Let's celebrate him. Let's celebrate him. He knows my laptop. That laptop is very slow, like mine. But through this business opportunity that has changed, now in the business, I bought 3 MacBooks. I bought my first MacBook as a senior manager, bought my second MacBook as a director, and I bought my third MacBook as a ward member. Let's celebrate business. When I joined this business, I was sleeping in office. I was sleeping in office. Not just sleeping, living in office. From office to church, from church back to office. I go home probably just once in a week, and I spend probably 2 hours or 3 hours at home, and then I'm back to the office. But in this business, a lot of things have changed. When I became a director, that was when I got my self-con, and as a certified director, I'm currently staying in a 3-bedroom flat, and my workspace setup alone is worth over 2 million naira from the business opportunity. I became a director during the exam period in part 5, and that was because I know what I want from the business. I don't want to be a graduate that I have to start looking for a job. I don't want that. I became a director in the business within 1 year and 3 months, if I calculate it very well. It was during the exam period I became a director. And I'm actually saying this so that you guys can be intentional about building. Was it easy? No. But we have to build it because that's what we want from the business. A lot of you guys are currently going through your building phase and you're experiencing some pain and challenges. In the next few months and years, you are going to remember the pain, but you cannot feel it anymore. You are not going to feel those pain anymore. You will remember why I used to sleep in clinic, I used to do clinic, I used to. You will just remember, but if you build well, the pain becomes the story. And that's actually what I'm actually telling you guys right now. So as a graduate, I don't have the need to go and look for a job. Because even as a director, I was already earning 160,000, and even when I had business issues, I had to pay back. When I've actually been earning so much. No, not there. No move. Yes, no. I'm still talking actually about this part. You want to tell me something? Read that. You want to tell me something? Okay. I don't want to tell me something. Okay. As you already by here, I'll be directing you. Fantastic. Wow. So I said, as a graduate, that was when I even got my own office as a director. And when I took my mom to my first office, she was very happy. And she gave the business more years. So that this business, you are making progress. I think this. The reason why a lot of you guys, the reason why some of your parents will have problems with the business is because they don't see you actually making progress. Mr. Idea said something some years ago, and he actually stuck to my mind. He said that you want to build your business to a point. Okay, alright. He said you want to build your business to a point, or to even get to some status that makes more sense to your parents. I'm not saying it's bad being a manager, but what if you are able to build your business to become a director? Between a manager and a director, which one sounds more sweet to your parents? Which one sounds more sweet to your parents? Yeah, those sounds more sweet to your parents because they love it, they enjoy it more. It looks like shaking, makes sense. So, because of my time, I'll not be able to go into a lot of stories, but there's a lot. Through this business, I've been able to get my car. Through this business, I'm using nice gadgets. Through this business, I'm able to help other people. Through this business, I've been paying my younger brother's school fees for the past 3 years. I paid the NSS1, I paid the NSS2, he's currently in NSS3, I paid the NSS3. I was even the one that sent money for his JAMB registration. Through this business, I got my dad a phone, got my mom a phone, got a laptop for my sister, a whole lot of stuff. Through this business, I've been able to change how fancy periodics at my home. Through this business, I've been sending money home every single month to my parents for about the past 3 years. And I will tell you, if I can do it, you guys can do it so much better too. So much better. And one of the reasons why I love the business is the two income stream. The passive income and the active income. And both of them make so much sense. But one of the things that would actually kill in the business is when you pay more attention to the active income part. And I think the active income part can solve all your life problems. That's false. That's false. I had both of them. And at the moment I start both of them, I earn online, I earn offline. But I'll tell you, there's a joy that comes with the offline income. There's a joy that comes with the offline income. So don't make the mistake of paying so much attention to your online income and then you forget the active income part. You're going to really lose at the end of the day. And one of the awesome things about our business is the ability to help other people. Let me tell you guys, you never know those that you can help until you get results and you have so much value to yourself. You never know the potential you have until you get the business right. You develop yourself and you can start helping other people. And let me go to the next slide. Can I tell you, see, these are actually some of my team members. And what helped me to be able to help these guys is the same business opportunity. If I didn't say yes to the business, if I didn't say yes to solving my problems, if I didn't say yes to pushing through, I would not be able to help so many of these guys. Now, I think we have a lot of these guys that they got their first gadget, second gadget through the business opportunity. A lot of them have their own posters, a lot of them have their own cell phones through the business opportunity. A lot of them are paying their school fees through the business opportunity. So if you don't say yes to solving your own problems, if you don't say yes to building your own business, you will not be able to help other people. And what is network marketing? Building a team of people that are interested in doing the same set of marketing activities so that we can actually achieve similar goals. Okay.
Right.
You will not be able to build a team if you are running away from problem solving. You will not be able to build a team if you are running away from trainings like this. Or if you are so much distracted that your mind is not really on the business. Okay.
Alright.
So that you guys have the opportunity to help yourself and you guys have the opportunity to help other persons through the network marketing model. Fantastical. And now, if you know, and this one is not about motivation, if you strongly believe in the business and you know that no matter where you're going through, no matter the level of challenges, you know this business can help you too. Let's celebrate the business opportunity. Let's celebrate the business opportunity. Real big. And next slide, please. So the only way you can change your life is through action taking. The only way that you can change your own life is through action taking. Someone that's connected you to the business, yes. Someone has told you this is what FAG can do for you, yes. Now the only way your own life can change is through action taking too. It's not about just you joining the business that you are looking or joining the business that you are hoping that things will change. Hope is not a strategy when it comes to building our business. It's not. And our mind has to be on progress. Our mind has to be on solutions. Our mind has to be on how can the business work for me. We are no longer at the point where we are asking ourselves, is the business working? If you are still asking those set of questions, that means you are not ready yet. If you are still asking yourself questions like, oh, is the business working? How will the business work for me? Those questions don't make sense. Tell your neighbor, say it don't make sense. Those questions don't make sense anymore because there are a lot of success stories already. There are a lot of success stories that are better than the one I just shared with you guys. But the only way your life and business can change is through what? Action taking. And our training has started. If you can listen very well back to back. Now I want to start with who are the set of people that want problems with network marketing? Who are the set of people that are most likely have problems with network marketing? Just want to be front a bit, but you still come back. Next slide. Yes, just take it. No. Yes, just stay till I'm done. So I'll just give you directions. So who are the set of people that will most likely have problems with their business? I don't want to give you like 4 or 5 of the set of people that will have problems with this business. Listen properly. Number 1, the lazy set of people. It's not yet. By the time I want you to move, I'll tell you. Number 1 is the lazy set of people. These are the first set of people that want problems with our business or that want problems with scaling the business. They are too lazy. Do this. They are not ready to do it. So much of laziness. And you see them, they will not be productive because their leaders will always complain. Why are you not getting things done? What's the problem? You've not done this, you've not done that. But guess what? They will always have one excuse or the other. Why have you not done this? They will have something to say. Why have you not done that? They will have something to say. Why don't you have your numbers? They will have something to say. Why are you not making money? They will have something to say. So the first set of persons, they are one problem to scaling their business. And the ones, please, I want us to be active. And the ones, the lazy set of people. Number 2, the overly dependent set of people. The overly dependent set of people. Overly dependent. And why these ones? They are not creative. They are running away from thinking. They don't want to think for themselves. They don't want to really solve problems. What do? They depend on other persons to solve problems for them. Since things are not going well, they don't know how to sit down and ask themselves, how can I sort this thing? But what did they look around them, who is the closest person that can solve it? Who is the closest person that they can point fingers to? And when you do that in your business, you are seeing no progress. I'll tell you the truth. When I started this business, my sponsor, my upline, were not in Ife because it was during Corona period. Of course, I didn't understand a lot of things about the business too. And the man in the office, I had to look around. Who are those that I need to connect myself to? Nobody told me. I had to go to Mr. Tokilo, I did that call. Say, Abia, please, I need quality mentoring. I need to come to you to ask questions. I need to come to you and I want you to actually help me. Please, I have to write the letter as a need. I wrote a proper letter as a need. I sent it to him. And I positioned myself as someone that is also ready to scale. I was not screaming, I was not complaining. Sponsor is not around, and my upline is not around. I think I became a manager before seeing my upline face to face. Yes, and it was like probably 2 weeks to signing up or so. That was when my sponsor traveled down to Ife. And I can clearly tell you can get the business right even if your direct sponsors are not active. It's about you. It's not 70%, 80% of you and 20% of your leaders. So if you are overly dependent, please don't get strong. I'm not saying being a one-man mopo. A one-man mopo is someone that is not ready to listen to other people. They are not ready to accept other person's input. They just want to run it themselves. That's what we are saying. Don't be overly dependent means that don't outsource all of your problem solving to other people. Be able to think. So when you are going to your sponsors and your uplines, you are even going to them with ideas. Sponsor, this is what I'm thinking. I know this is probably, but this is what I'm talking of. Sponsor, what do you think about it? Sponsor, what can we do about it? But there are even a lot of managers that they cannot even figure out the deepest of their own problems. And they want solutions and they want to step up. So if you're overly dependent, I'm telling you, you are seeing no growth. And if growth will ever happen in your business, it's going to be very slow. Number 3, the complacent people. The complacent people, these are the third category. The complacent people, they will find it difficult to scale. Complacent people are those that they exhibit low level of productivity. Nothing really moves them. Nothing really moves them in the business. Nothing moves them. People step up there. Nothing moves them. Please let's combine it. Say complacent / unmotivated. Complacent / unmotivated set of people. And this is a wrong phase for you to be in. Understand that you might be having issues. You might be having someone or two. But resort out to motivate in the business. It is network marketing. Even the business and result does not push you anymore, probably you don't need network marketing. I'm being honest. Because what happens in network marketing, training and sharing of results. When we go for conventions, we go for impact summit, Miller will not do training for you. What we never tell you before us is to show us what? The possibility of what we can achieve if we decide to build our business. I'll say that again. The job of Miller is to show us the possibility of what we can achieve if we decide to do our business. So when you go for impact summit, a lot of persons think it's waste of time. It's not. It's for you to sit down and listen to that person's experience. Sapphire directors, Ruby directors, president members, Miller will show you possibility. You build your business very well, you can also get this. So now let's bring it out to FAG. People are going to post others. They are showing you the possibility of what you can achieve. People are going to buy tools. They are showing you possibility of what you are going to achieve. People are going to step up. They are showing you possibility of what you can achieve. But those results go and pay you. Or those results does not motivate you. They post it on the group, you are not moved by it. We know you might be having issues, but it does not stop you from those results pushing you. Fine, you might not be so much happy about yourself, but you should get it to work, not to make you a sadist. And some persons don't even open their team groups anymore because they don't want to see the others. They don't want to see that person step up. They will not go post it on their status. Those ones who have issues in network marketing. Because in network marketing, no matter how good you are, you'll be in the middle. There will be some persons that perform more than you, and there will be some persons that are performing more than them. It's always that no matter how good you are. So if you're in that category where you are complacent and you are unmotivated, you cannot get what you don't like. And you can't get what you don't appreciate. Fantastico. Wow. And in network marketing, you must also learn how to use that person's result to help your team. So when some person have a level of result and you don't like it, you're not happy, how do you use it to help your team? Or you think it's only your own result that your team will need? You're lying. Tell your neighbor, say they play.
They play.
Play. What's number 4? The silent and the passive set of people. This one's our problem. Big problem. The passive and the silent type of people. Who are this set of people? They are too cold. They are too cold. They want to be in an empire, but they are cold. You want to lead a team, but you are cold. Too cold. And you can't be too cold or too passive and expect results. It doesn't happen like that. To a larger extent, that business duplication. When someone is too cold to a larger extent, you have so many passive persons in your business. So your business be noticeable. And let me say this to all managers that here. Your current office, and I want you to write it down. Your current office is the training ground for greater expansion. Your current office is the training ground for better and greater expansion. So in your office, you should not have a scenario where you will not be around and they will not notice. Or you'll be away for 1 week and nobody misses you. Nobody feels your impact. You cannot be a strong network marketing leader that way. Be noticeable. Training, you be active. Excitement, you be active. Prospecting, you be active. Pros meeting, people want you to be in pros meeting. If you are the kind of manager that if you don't attend pros meeting and they don't feel it, or you are not doing your business very well. I'll be honest. Those are not my track record. They know right from being in EB manager days. I'm not saying this because I'm a work team member, but I'm saying this because this is my own process of building. Throughout my distributor days, manager days, there's no how I will not be in close meeting and they will not notice. There's no how I will not be in meeting and they will not call me. That's not possible. And that's because I've actually promised myself that in this business I will be noticeable. And that's the kind of business that I want to build. I will not hide. Value does not hide. And your current office is the training ground. You want to be able to become a director. You want to be able to become an MI director. Your current office is the training ground. How are they running the office? How are they doing pros meeting? What kind of trainings are they doing? How are they solving problems? You must not be silent and passive. On a job, you cannot be a strong network marketing business that way. And the last set of people that have problems, distracted set of people. The distracted set of people. Distracted set of people. Àwọn eléyìí àni wọ́n ṣe mí gan gidi àni wọ́n ṣe mí gan, and this one of the things that I've been noticing recently in the business. A lot of persons are not getting results because of distraction. Distraction is just so much. It's just so much. They want to get results, but at the same time they want to entertain other distraction. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. I will keep on saying it multiple times. It's not possible. There anymore, it's not possible. I want to distract a lot of persons, especially at the beginning stage of their business. Movies and games, that's number 1. Movies and games. Movies and games. You want to step up rapidly, but you still help them to finish whole series of K-drama. Honestly, you must be a joker. You are looking at stepping up so fast. You want to be the team that also has the energy, the momentum, and they are moving. But you still want to be the one topping the charts in your COD games. You still want to be the one. It's not possible. If you are doing so much, you are able to balance it. Probably you belong to the exception. But what if the exception is not you? Some people get me saying, but the exception. What if the exception refuses to be you? The second thing that distracts some persons is unnecessary conversations. I was checking through some person's phones. Was it not here? This week. This week was last week. And I was seeing things that does not make sense. They were in office, about 2 persons, they are discussing why another person in the office is lean. Say, this guy, why is this guy lean? Please, is that why they're in the business? Many of you, they should take your phones now. Many of your friends in the business, you are not having the right level of conversations with them. Instead of discussing how do we get our numbers, instead of discussing where are the new areas that we can go to for prospecting, instead of discussing how do we make money, what is have you researched this week? A total need to Molemanto. If we should do that survey now, we are going to see it. Many of you chat to people in your office 11 p.m., 12 p.m., 1 a.m. in the night on unproductive things. Now, this thought thing I want to say, and I want to say it so openly because I figured that out just last week from 2 persons. Now, a lot of persons complain. They scream, business is this, and they don't any plan. They are unable to make money. Many of them even still borrow data, they borrow money from their sponsors. But guess what some persons are using those data to do? To watch porn. It's not hard. It's not hard. Two persons that I figured out last week, when you see them, you will not know that they are engaged in that act. You will not know. A lot of big guys here, if you should check some big guys' browsing history, you are going to be surprised by what we are seeing. Some big guys use your time and your little money to do betting. Some big guys use your time and your little money to engage in subscribing, and you watch a lot of porn activities. Yes, porn activities instead of building the business. But they'll be the one complaining, there any plan, forever did not work, upward did not rank the account. How will you happen? Distractions is shaking you. What's it about you? So let's go by those set of persons. Number one is what? Number one is what? Number two is what? Number three is what? Let's talk very well. Number four is what? You what? And the next one is what? Distracted of people. So you know where you belong. And as long as you belong in one or multiple categories, it's going to delay your business growth. So let me go back, Mr. So this is what we are going to be focusing on. What you need to know while building your SM and EM business. What you need to know while building your SM and EM business. And we're going to be covering the following things very quickly. Why you need to become a senior manager. Why you need to become a senior manager. We're going to be covering what kind of structures should you come in with. So if there's time, we look at structures that you need to come in with. We're going to cover what you need to know. What are the things that can affect the goal? What are the things that can affect the goal? And I'll give you a simple track sheet that can actually keep you accountable for managers. So you guys are not senior managers yet, so we are not going to make it complex. It's going to be a simple track sheet that you guys are going to use. Next slide, please. You want to be very fast here, everybody. So this might not be so much clear, but I'll read it from here. It said, you cannot advance to a higher phase of life. You cannot advance to a higher phase of life until you learn the lessons that the current phase is trying to teach you. You cannot advance to a higher phase of life until you learn the lessons that the current phase of life is trying to teach you. The latter is, some of you guys know the reason why you are not senior managers yet. You know the reason why you are not EMs yet. You might belong to probably some of the categories that I've actually talked about earlier. Among those 5 set of categories, yes, you might be there. Then, if you don't learn the lessons that your current state is trying to teach you, and to grow, so let's continue. 2 slides ahead. Yes, so why should you become a senior manager? I want to give you practical reasons. Very practical reasons. These are not just random reasons that you see in probably GoPro or that you see in Building an Empire or now the business. I'm tailoring it down to the business. So I want you to understand, and if you have questions at any point, just write it down. So that probably those questions can be answered. And if there's no time to sit down to answer them, I promise to sit down, send a voice note, and detail it to actually every single person. Fantastic. So number one, you are building your own foundational ranks. That is the goal. Why should you become a business builder? Number one, you are building your own foundational ranks. There's something called foundational ranks. Your foundational ranks are your 4 set of downlines. Your 4 set of downlines that will become senior managers. Your 4 set of downlines that will advance to become EMs. Your 4 set of foundational ranks that will advance to become directors. And they must be solid. They must be solid. They must be serious. They must be intentional. They must love the business. You can't be admiring you want to become a director. How do you become a director? You want to become a director with using having all distributors in your team. That's not network marketing. Network marketing is a business of duplication. And how do you duplicate? As you are growing up, you also have someone in your team, multiple persons in your team that are growing. And in network marketing, you can't do the foundational ranks. Only if you want to be repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. so much sense. A smart person in business knows that for them to become a network marketing leader, you need to have people in your team that are also independent. People in your team that are thinking the way you are thinking. People in your team that can train. People in your team that can make money. So let me ask you, when is the best time to be those set of people? When is the best time to be those set of people? It's now. It's now. You have access to more leaders around now. You have access to people that can help you now. They are organizing trainings now. How do you feel like if you're in this meeting and you have 3 persons or 4 persons in your team that are also in this meeting? Because no matter how good you are, you cannot effectively duplicate everything that we say here for your team members. You can only try. So starting my business, when I go to the first training alone, I always feel so mad more with the value that I'm getting from this first training. How will I feel like if I have like 5 persons in my team that are going together? So as I'm learning, my foundational rank is also what? Learning. As I'm going through challenges, my foundational ranks are also doing what? Going through challenges, we are becoming solid together. So by the time I become an executive manager, they are senior managers, they are also solid. By the time I become a director, the executive managers or directors, they are also what? Solid. So if you're in a position whereby you are the only one person there, you are the only person, or you have just one person, now compare it to you having 4 or 5 persons. The stronger your foundational ranks are, the stronger your business will be. Okay. Because to a larger extent, you have more time to beat them now than later. You have more time to do what? To beat them now than what? Than later. Number 2. The second reason why you should step up and try to become a senior manager is you are going to be qualified for advanced leadership trainings. You are going to be qualified for advanced leadership trainings. Network marketing is a business where you want to learn how to solve problems. All the things that you run to your sponsors for, all those challenges that you run to your leaders for, you have to pick yourself to a point where you must not know how to do it. So when you become a leader, you have more access to something called senior managers training or pro training that will be in Sky Team. And what happens in pro training? More problem solving. That's what we do. We do leadership training. Once we do leadership training, we evaluate every office. Once we evaluate every office, we look at problems. Okay, why you guys having low orders? Why you guys having this? What gigs are you guys selling? What happened in your office? How can we solve it together? We brainstorm. And trust me, that's what you need when it comes to network marketing. When you attend about leadership trainings like that for about 2 months or 3 months, and you are now in the position to start leading and start helping other people, only one not mindset. Because you cannot make references to what you've actually heard in the past. The reason why some persons have issues with their business is because they don't know how to solve problems. And anytime they're having business challenges and they try to think, there's nothing that brain wants to derive information from. Because the brain is literally empty when it comes to problem solving. And they don't really know what to do. They've not heard about that scenario before, they've not heard about that problem before. So to actually come up with solutions can be hard. And by the time you start attending advanced leadership trainings, it's going to have an effect in your team. Because your team are also going to see you being a better leader. Fantastical, this is how to lead, this is how to run an office, this is how to solve this level of problems. They are going to in turn help your business. Number 3, I'm trying to move very fast because of my time. So you will get exposed to practical problem solving. I believe I've explained this. You will get exposed to practical problem solving. How do you regain team energy? It's one of the things that we learn when you become a leader. How can you build an office beyond just earnings? It's one of the things that you learn. How to solve complacency. Practical problem solving. That's my number 4. Number 4. Personal sense of progress. You are going to have that personal sense of progress. Forget it. Nobody wants to be on the spot for so long. Nobody wants to be on the spot for so long. And life is not really wired that way. I'm so much happy because when it comes to some of the things I understand about business, I try to learn beyond FH. And when I started trying to learn beyond FH, and I started listening to the likes of Word, the likes of Coach Tommy, I so much now value our leaders in the business too. Because if it's your sponsor that is telling you slow and steady does not win the race, you would think your sponsor wants you to be the fast business. So you will think, oh my sponsor wants me to step up fast so that they can benefit from it. My sponsor wants me to shake click on so that they can benefit from it. But when I use my money to pay for GoPro, I think it was GoPro 2020, I think it was 2021, either 2021 or 2022, $97. I paid for it so I can attend GoPro virtual event. And I was telling everybody that training. I was talking about speaking network marketing. That was when my brain reset. Everyone says, slow and steady does not win the race in network marketing. It does not win the race in network marketing. That was when my mindset started changing, and in my business, I don't like old promise. Like, I don't like it that I just standing there an old probi for so long. When it comes to my direct downline money, I don't have any old probi as a direct downline. And throughout this year, I will never have any old probi as a direct downline. Because I don't believe in that concept anymore. I don't believe in you have to wait to get all of these things. You have to wait for your whole life to be set before you start network marketing. And with my own experience, I realized those who build will build and those that will not build will not build. That's one thing that I've actually figured out. Fantastical. Wow. Fantastical. Wow. So there's this personal sense of progress that you need to have. Become a senior manager, yes, I'm 2 steps closer to becoming a director. Then why people so deep for so long? And let me tell you something in our business. No matter how long you stay in a position, it does not mean that you be the best when you advance to the next. So because you spent 2 years as a manager, does not mean you be the best senior manager. Forget it. Because you spent 4 years or 2.5 years as a senior manager, does not mean you be the best senior or director. Only if you want to be deceiving yourself. Then someone asked me a question here. I think she's here, Miss Tolu. She asked me a question 2 months ago, and she was like, I'm not sure how she structured it, but she was like, when it comes to her business and you want to step up, that is that you prepare so much where you are for that next step up, or is when you get to that status that you start preparing. And I told her that it's a 2-way thing, and I see it as more of a 70-30. In the sense that you want to become a senior manager now, you can start preparing, but no matter how you prepare, now like 30% still. This is how I see it though. Say, okay, what do senior managers do? How can I start training? It's more like 30%. Prepare asking questions from senior managers around you. It is when you get to that status that you do the remaining 70. You are not here, you are not picking things up, you are not solving problems. And in our business, we are not scared that probably are we going to fall or not? When you get to the next status and you advance, of course, some things might happen, some things might pop up. But what do we do in business? We believe in our abilities to bounce back. If I have the chance to become a 1 rupee director tomorrow, I will take it. If I have the chance to become a 2 rupee director next week, I will take it. Why will I take it? Because I believe in my own abilities to maintain it when I get there. And I believe in my abilities to pick back even if anything happens. Those that will remain in a position in network marketing are those that are building with fear. They are building with fear. They don't want to leave. They don't want to move. What will happen if these guys get started? What will happen if we are going to talk about it. Let's continue. Number 5. Opportunities to expand your team. Opportunities to expand your team and grow your numbers. You alone cannot grow your numbers in network marketing. You might have some exceptions that managers and they have up to like 20 people. But how many managers have up to 20 people? You are here, you have up to 20 people, raise up your hand. You are here, you have up to 20 persons in your team, raise up your hand. Nobody, you are here, you have up to 15 persons, raise up your hand as a manager. You have up to 15, raise up your hand. You have up to 10, raise up your hand. You have up to 10 as a manager, raise up your hand. Now, can you now see the meaning of this statement? But let's ask how many senior managers have up to 10, how many senior managers have up to 15, how many senior managers have up to 20. You see more persons raising up their hands. Fantastical. So you cannot say you want to grow your numbers in network marketing and you stay on the spot. There's no how crazy you are. You cannot just be a manager and you have 20 persons. We might have some exceptions, but it's just few. So what happens when you advance being a senior manager? The pros in your business, I'm not saying all, but a larger percentage of them will also have more sense of building. And by the time they also start building, inviting people, what happens to the overall team size? It grows. So when it comes to you designing an increase in your team size, you must also desire an increase in what? Your skills and capacity. Number 6, networking with other leaders who are actively building. Networking with other leaders if you are actively building. Now, I'm happy about what leader at the beginning. You don't get to network with yourself. If you were not a manager or you were not qualified to be here, how do you want to network with other persons? But it's good when managers network, no problem. But actually, so what happens when you become a leader and you have the opportunity to network with other active senior managers? What happens when you become a director and you have access to other directors? And you need our business. It's about information. Our business is about what? It's about quality information. When you become a director, you are going to have more access to quality people. And when you are surrounded by quality persons, what happens to you? You are also going to be able to solve problems better because you have access to persons that you can ask questions from. And what problems are you going through? What are you guys doing about it? So the quality of your network, to a larger extent, also determines how fast and how solid your network marketing business is going to be. Number 7, your team needs you. Your team needs you. Your team needs a better version of you. It's good that you may have a proactive sponsor or a proactive upline that is solid, that is guiding that team. But don't forget, your team is still yours. And don't hide under the fact that you have this proactive sponsor that is helping you out. Network marketing is DIY. Do it yourself. Write it down. Network marketing is DIY. It is do it yourself. Don't make the mistake of hiding under your sponsor's proactiveness or under your sponsor's capacity. A time is coming that your sponsor's attention is going to shift from your team to other persons. It's normal. That's going to happen. Your team will not be left with the capacity that you have. And that's why some persons in business, by the time their sponsor drops actively tracking on them, you see that result comes down. By the time their sponsor is not asking them questions anymore, their sponsor is not checking their goals anymore, what happens to their business? The energy, the earnings, everything drops. That's because they never build the capacity themselves. They were hiding under their direct sponsors or their uplines tracking ability. So your team needs a better version of you. Leadership, everything rises and falls on what? On leadership. And let's say that together. Everything rises and falls on leadership. Let's say it together.
Everything rises and falls on leadership.
Again.
Everything rises and falls on leadership.
Now, much louder.
Everything rises and falls on leadership.
Much louder.
Everything rises and falls on leadership.
You want your team to get better. You must become a better leader. By the time you become a better leader, in terms of capacity, with everything I've actually been saying since, your team would also get better. Your team deserves a better version of you. That's one of the things that pushed me to become a director in this business. It was hard, it was tough. But I know that by the time I have access to director's training, I know my team will get better. I will understand how to build a team in network marketing. I will understand how to become an empire. Information that I was not having access to as a senior manager, I know I will have access to them as a director. And when I became a director, then we had the opportunity to be trained by Mr. Gagmola before that. So when I was a director, we were traveling to Shuko, Mr. Gagmola was training us directly. Yes, so I had access to those direct trainings. And what did I do with those trainings? I will come back to Ife, structure my team, train my team, give them access to information. And with the help of God and the system and my mentors, that's how we're able to beat blockbusters today. So you also want to be a team that has a solid name. A team that, you know, they have a vision, they are a purpose. Your team is a better version of it. And when you're not stepping up, that will not happen. Number 8, experience is the best teacher. So don't run away from experiences. Don't run away from having your own experiences. I've told you, you are not scared about what will happen when you get there. But you are confident in your ability to build and solidify. You are not scared. What will happen when I step up? What will happen when I shake it up? Experience is the best teacher. I've never regretted taking any step in this business. Either my manager step, either SM, either EM, either director, Emerald, or Watson. I've never regretted any one of them. I always see them as gaining experiences. And when one rupee comes, we take it. 2 rupee comes, we take it. 3 rupee comes, we take it. Experience is the best teacher in network marketing. Next slide, number 9, that's the additional income. I use money as number 9, not the first one. Because in our own system, many of us even make so much money online than what you earn passively as a senior manager. As a senior manager, your income might be around 50,000, 70,000, 80,000. But you might have some senior managers probably any up to 100, I'm not so sure. But the average is around this 50, 60, 70 and the likes. So to you, it might be like, how much is 70K? To be, if I sit down, I'll make money online, I'll check the income. But the additional income is also part of it. As the boss next slide, Mr. So we said number 9, the additional income is around 50K plus. So even if the money is not motivating you, or you are not seeing the money so much motivating to help you step up, consider the first 8 reasons. The first 8 reasons are even much more solid than the 50K or the 60K that you are going to get. Fantastical. So now let's talk about the importance of structures. The importance of structures. The importance of structures. Let me tell you as the manager, and I want you to write it down. Your team chart should be your best friend. Your team chart should be your best friend. Because of time, I might not be able to dive so much into we trying all those different structures and the likes. But for now at your level, ensure that it is reasonably deep and wide. Ensure that it is reasonably deep and wide. And one major things that you need to know at the beginning of your business, go wide, the deep will come. Go wide, the deep will come. This is one of the best times to go wide. As a manager, you guys are meant to be having at least 5 to 6 direct. And I'm being honest and I'm being direct with you. That's one of the best advice I can give you. As a senior manager, you should be having at least 7, 8, 9 direct team members. They will not have the same level of energy. They will not have the same level of proactiveness. They will not have the same level of coachability. They will not have the same level of action taking. And when you have this stable number of direct, it helps you to retain your accumulation than trying to force out productivity from people that are not ready. And that's why a lot of you guys complain. I'm happy I should have stepped up. But you're not talking to your downline. But is this one? It's today is not serious. And people is shaking it on and he's here today that is doing this. What happened to you? What happened to you? When you want to become a senior manager, your total team size is 4 people. And you're expecting that every one of them will have 100% productivity, that you step up and you retain it. You might be able to force out productivity if the folks tomorrow do marathon, do everything, and you make money, everyone of them start sign-ups. What happens to scaling? So a smart person, we are not saying 4 team size is not possible to step up. It is. But a smart person will always have more than what is required. And when it comes to structures, hope you are reasonable. Not like you are here, you have just one person, and it's that one person that now has 3 or 4 persons that you are smiling. I am smiling, no I do. You might be smiling, but in the real sense, if you are not smart to go wide, at the end of the day, you are going to be building an organization, not a business. You must have a big organization. That means you are not building a business for profit, but you are just doing organization building. Fantastical. Let's move on. Things that you need to know or understand. Things that you need to know or understand. And these are the places where you want to be getting clarity on. You don't understand it at all, you go to your leaders. You don't understand it at all, you go to your leaders. One of the reasons why we're having this manager school is to point your attention to the things that you need to know and the aspect where you need to ask questions. My session alone is like, if I was taking normal, it's going to be like 3 hours plus. But because of time, I just need to like compress it, talk about some things, give it clarity, and then you can actually pick up from there. What's number 1? How to organize your team. How to organize your team. How to organize your team. What is my weakness? When I became a sponsor and I had 3 downlines, it was when a sponsor that told me that we have to start training your guys. I know the entire team, I was one of the persons that started onboarding trainings, if not the first person in Ife. That anytime someone comes and they want to join your team, after the office experience them, I have an onboarding session with them. I started right from the Amico office. I will gather chairs and I will give my guys expectations. I will give them expectations that this is what you should expect from the business. I will tell them how I want to work with them. Those times, I used to take roles of the sponsor, roles of the downline. As a downline, this is what you are going to be doing. As a sponsor, these are the things that I'm going to help you with. Those trainings help me to manage all the realistic expectations from people. When my downline join business, I help them understand this is not the get whiskey. It will take this number of months, but get it. This is how we support you, and this is how I expect to build business through. At the beginning of my business, almost all of my downlines were sleeping in office too. About 90% of my team were in office together till I became a director. When I moved out of D'Amico and went to mansion office, we had about 95% of office members doing night. And that was because there was direct duplication from us to them, right from onboarding. One of the major things that you want to learn in the business is how to organize your team, how to train them, how to get feedback from them, how to identify problems and report up. Some say report up because you are not an independent leader yet. So in the process of engaging your team, you must be smart to organize, to identify problems. And when you identify problems, what do? You go up, you inform your sponsor. As sponsor, I will lead that sponsor, this is my structure. And I show my structures almost every time to my sponsor, to my upline, and he does that mentoring me. I show them. Drum manager this, SMDs, I will show them. This is my team chart, this is my team chart. I will show them. Kiniko, they will tell me what to do, how I can balance it. And I want to ask you guys a question here. You guys are managers here, let me ask you. When last did you show your sponsor or your mentor your business team chart? When last? I want you to answer truthfully, honestly. When last did you show them your team chart and you ask for their feedback? When last did you go for clarity sessions? And what do you mean by clarity sessions? Clarity sessions is when you have a team, you like to extent you know what to do, but you are not so sure. And then you are asking questions like, Abia, this is my team. This is what I'm thinking. What do you think about it? What do you think we can do at this point in time? If you have a team and you don't know what to train them on, maybe you were not active when your sponsor was duplicating to you. And you now have a team you don't know what to train on. What do? Carry your team chart, go and meet your sponsor and your upline. This is the status of my team at this moment. What do we need to train on? But to get quality from your leaders, you yourself must know how to explain your business situation at that point in time. Okay. It's like you've been sick and you want to go to the pharmacy or the doctor. How do you get the test from that doctor? The doctor needs to ask you some questions, and you must be able to properly explain your situation. When you're a manager and the only thing on your head is statement problems. What's the problem? My team are not making money. What's the problem? I'm not stepping up, I'm tired. Those ones are statement problems. People that say those kind of statement problems, I see them as people that have not really, like, you don't know the baselines of problems. There was a training we did in Mark Center. And I took a training on what you think versus what it actually is. When you say I have a prosperity problem, it's not any prosperity problems. There are some underlying problems that resulted in prosperity problems. When you say, we are having making money issue, it's not about making money issue. There are some underlying problems that led to making money issue. It might be work ethics, it might be lack of skills, it might be lack of any plans. So as a manager now, learn how to quit saying statement problems. I'm not making money. Ask yourself, what is your work ethics problem? No need. It might be lack of knowledge. So your problem is you lack knowledge, not that you're not making money. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Do you guys get what I'm saying? So that's the first thing. So self leadership. How to trainings. How to become a better leader. How to become a better leader. Your training should be structured around how to. That is how you can become a business leader. More how to trainees, how to get portfolios, how to focus on the skills, how to build an account, how to send proposals, how to use ChatGPT, how to use AI. These are the things that you can duplicate to your team. When I was a distributor, when I became a store manager, I used to gather my guys before my trainings. Once I was done from church, we used one of my downline's house. We used to steal marker from office. We steal marker. I'm not saying you steal marker from office. We steal marker from office. We use calendar. You know those calendar that they used to flip now? I be now. That was how I started training my guys. Before my training, we go to Mr. Elijah's house. We draw team chart. We draw how much we want to make. How we want to make it. How many buyers. And that was how my guys was able to start within 3 months. My guys started within 90 days of joining the business. And that was how I was able to become a senior manager. I moved from manager to senior manager within 4 months. And that was because there was intentionality when it comes to training my team. So what's number 2? Take the business more seriously. As a manager, take the business more seriously. So when you train your team, they know that you're actively building. They know. They are talking about this stepping up. They even want to be like you. You're a manager now. How many of your team members want to be like you? Now imagine you have 2 persons in your team that want to be like you. She ultimately the senior manager. But the senior manager. But how you are doing as a manager, God, maybe it's not even enticing to your team. You are not encouraging them. They are not seeing their ability. They are not seeing their energy. And you are telling them that they should step up. How? And it must reflect in your lifestyle. You are coming back from business training. We will lead the office. You have problems in office, but you are coming back from training. Let's say the training took more time, but you just found your face to the office. Let me tell you, your guys step up that way. Is that you guys to be active and talk? Will they step up that way? No! You are coming back like someone that went to fight lion. You are going back to the office, they are saying, "Ah, sponsor, what happened to you?" I said, "I just come back from training, Daddy." And you are training them to become distributors. We don't have to become distributors so they can be frowning face like you are. Or their day pros meeting, everybody's not happy, everybody's pissing face. You have to be conscious about the way you take the business. So you want to be very conscious, yes, of the way you take the business. Your guys, to a reasonable extent, will be a reflection of you. So improve on your quality as a person, so that your guys can actually take the business more seriously. Number 3, your communications. Improve on your communications. You are still dependent to some extent. And when it comes to communicating with your leaders, it is not disturbance. Letting your leaders know the state of your business and trying to get their input is not disturbance. Don't see it as disturbance. I'm saying it because I have managers too. And to a large extent, many of them, they know I'm busy. I just came back from Lagos yesterday. So they know I travel a lot sometimes. They know I have a lot of things that I'm doing. But when you are not trying to check their goals, we have up to what's going on with you. They say, "Why you don't tell me this?" Or they say, "I know they are busy." I know it's shitty. Because when you are giving your leaders so much of personal energy, I know they are busy. Don't let me disturb them. Don't let me stress them. You will not be able to solve some reasonable business problems. I wrote something here. I said, you need to solve some problems faster. There are some issues that you might be facing that there needs to be a strict deadline to solving those problems. But when you leave those problems alone, because you don't want to disturb a leader, or you don't want to message them, you don't want to follow up on your messages, how will those problems get solved? And then what the most distributors and managers do these days, they set goals based on the fact that office trains us to set goals. And when they set goals, they send it to their sponsors. And when they set goals to sponsors, how many of them do follow up? How clear have you checked the link? When do you want me to come back? When do you want me to message you? You must be intentional about your business. Idea is a monastic idea. Every post training, even when I was a senior manager, I don't go home after every post training until I meet the leader. I don't see a lot of persons doing it these days. Many of them after the just training like this, they just want to disappear and appear in their bedroom. They just disappear and appear in their bedroom. It's a idea is it. I will wait sometimes. I'll see Mr. Gia, sometimes I'll see Mr. Isaiah. Sometimes I'll see Mr. Toby. We'll go there with him chat. They should be checking it. And that was when we were able to become directors first time. Many of us became directors in 1 year, 3 months, 1 year, 4 months, 1 year, 5 months. But look at the set of persons that we're having these days. We're having managers of 1 year. Managers of 2 years. And when you check it, the intentionality is not really there. You know, you get on the senior manager, let's ask yourself. Putting hard for them. Putting hard for them is not hard. But it's either you're negotiating the price or you don't want it as bad as you're saying it. Okay. Alright. Let's like this. Yeah, I said putting your eyes to the ground. Putting your eyes to the ground. And I'll say this in Yoruba. And what do I mean by this? You must know what is going on in your team. You know your team better than anyone else. So if there's any problem with your team, you should be the first person to detect it. Even if someone wants to quit your team, you should be the first person to detect it. And what do? You report it up. And Mr. Lamaja is misbehaving. Miss Promise is not active anymore. Sponsor, please, can you discuss with her? For some person, they will not talk until the whole team size comes down to 0. They will not talk until the whole team size comes down to 0. They will not start from scratch. I know many of the guys are here. You buy senior manager size almost 3 times. But you have it, what happens? You lose it. You have it again, you lose it. But you are meant to be learning from your experiences. You are much more closer to your team than your sponsor than your upline. There are a lot of things in my team today that I'm not seeing. And there's not I want to see it, only I want to keep myself. I'm not a wizard. Well, if any one of you guys are much more proactive in your businesses, you can report up as fast as possible. Number 5, team any systems and strategy. Team any systems and strategy. And what do we mean? In simple terms, what are you doing to ensure that you and your team makes money? Also, people senior manager don't need team strategy. Also, people director do need team strategy. Even if you should look at schedules and the likes, a software director is much more easier to implement any plan compared to a manager, a senior manager. There is more than one step up. Maybe we get that more time to sit down with laptop. Yes, I have not press my laptop throughout. But many of you, how many problems you have at the moment? Your problem not plenty. It's because of your capacity. That's why you think those problems are much. But let me and you exchange problems. Let me and you exchange schedule for 1 week. Many of you will land in Apex. Let's exchange schedule. Mr. Idea, you should exchange schedule one of them for like 1 week. May one of them go Badagry from Badagry, maybe come back Ibadan from Ibadan. Just 1 week. And maybe Mr. Idea they do what you they do. Come to office, sit down, do work mood, do 1 hour prospecting. So you have the time now. You do. So when it comes to team earnings, how will me and my guys make money? We are putting them out. We are putting them shaking. We are going out. And if you go it out, you get it. You should figure it out till you do what? Till you get it. Till you get it. I'm not saying don't sleep. But anytime your team members are not making money, you should be more bothered. Staying up all night, researching, finding gigs, that is your work. Finding gigs, that is your work. New videos on proposals, finding it for your team, that is your work. That is your work. Because your team size is not so much. How will you become an executive manager? By being senior manager team 2 times. By being a senior manager teams, how many times? 2 times. So what you did to become a senior manager is just multiplying it. Simple. Next one, what are the things that can affect your goal? What are some of the things that can affect your goal? And I think we are going to round it up. Number 1, writing it down only is wishful thinking. We are talking about what are some of the things that can affect your goals now. Or some of the things don't keep you in one position. Number 1, just writing it down. Some people derive pride in writing down nice goals with good structures and good document. Yes, we appreciate you for writing down and sending goals. But working the goal out don't got the important thing. One of the things that will affect your goals in business is your belief and your numbers. All that working it out, not the one. So person that goes, but their belief system is not matching up what they are writing. The month is not up to 20th years, but they've given up on the goal. They've given up. I'm happy, maybe next month, Daddy. Maybe next month, Daddy. I can remember, I think I became a senior manager 2 days after Christmas. It was December. It was 2 days after Christmas or so. So my downlines already signed up, and the third person was having withdrawal issues. But more, I said, December is December. I said, before the new year, I must step up. First January in the year, I must be celebrated as a senior manager. That was what was on my head. That I'm not giving up on it, must happen. Christmas Day, we went home to eat rice, pack some meat at home, and we ran back to office. Yeah, 2020. We ran back to office, crying, sitting down to make money. So, your belief in your goals, your belief in the system, don't just set goals. Be intentional. Those goals are yours. And when you achieve it, the result belongs to you. No matter your numbers. Many of you guys are designing steps that you don't have the number to achieve. And when you don't have numbers in our business, you'll be forced to do manipulative stuff. That's crazy. You want to become a senior manager, but it's 2 people that you have. Plus you, 3 people. So what do you now want to do? Do you want every one of them to do 400 or 350? Is that how you want to step up? Ask yourself, will that be sustainable? But you're a manager, you have 6 persons or even 7 persons in your team. It will be easier for your leaders to even draw you plan A and plan B. We have plan A, Sheba, plan B, Sheba. Number 2, next slide. Not wanting to make some trade-offs. It's going to affect your goal. You don't want to make sacrifices. Before you became a manager, you used to sleep in office, you used to overnight. But now you're a manager, or to roll iPhone, or you have better gadgets. You have a new phone, your gadgets are making sense. One negotiate overnight. You cannot work with your deadlines anymore. You cannot be sleeping on rug anymore like that now. It's the big boy. You cannot train downlines for 4 hours. You cannot sit down with your team for 3 hours. One year, I love working alone. You are separating chair, you are separating table from your team. How will you step up? How will you step up? It's time for one night in office. You have your personal chair and table, but the rest of your guys open down on finance, but you don't stay with them. And you're a manager, that's the foundational stage of your business. But you are making trade-off. You don't want disturbance. I don't want them to disturb me. I get productive when I work alone. But when you not make money, you may sit with your sponsor. When you don't make money, you are sitting down with other people. But now that you don't have those things, it's not difficult for you to trade off your time. Now, when did the famous person's goals be that? Number 3, not onboarding your team and having them in sync properly. Not onboarding your team and having them in sync properly. You know, I don't know some person's problem. We have manpower to something on the way. Oh yeah, it's this month that are getting started. And the reason why some of you guys cannot tell your team members that you are signing up this month is because you know you've not trained them and you've not given them value. Omo to train, to funi value the remember by that some way you are getting started. Because you are getting started is not for your own personal profit. Okay, you start them with someone to train them for 3 to 4 months. By the time they sign up, what happens to your check? It's just a minor increase. And I've told you, what you are building at this point in time is your foundational legs. It's not like you are building so much of income yet. You are building your foundational legs, and I'm not serious. So you are not in it for the money. Okay, you brought this on to the business, probably you bought in PC. You did data sometimes. You spend hours training them every week. You are signed up, and your check now moved from probably 5,000. Let's say, okay, you guys are managers now. When you were not managers, your check was probably like around 5,000. Happy now. Yes, managers now, how much do you guys get? When you consider as a manager, it's around that much. It's not very well. So now let's assume it's 12. But if you are just a 2 person, it will be around 5K 60. Happy now. So now let's take the distributor distributor and the manager, for example. The distributor has someone, he brought them in, even probably bought gadgets, he supported where they needed help. But as a distributor, you are making 5,500. Now, because the person has signed up, they were able to get started with their business. After the effort of working with them, it now moved from 5,500 to probably 11,000. Now, 11,000 is additional how much? That's like additional how much like that? Like around 5,500. Happy now? Now, let me ask you, that additional 5,500, is that the reward of helping someone to get started? Is that the reward of, we are sponsor, I don't compensate your effort? Is that the reward? It's not. So even likewise moving from manager to becoming a senior manager, it is not their money that you need. It's their development and their building. That's what you need. So when you're training your team members, you as a person should have the confidence to draw step up goals based on the instruction that your sponsor have given you. You got to meet your sponsor and they draw it for you. Oh yeah, you have a senior manager go for the month of April. What happens? You go to your team, you work with them with the month of April. When you are shy, you cannot look your guys in the face and tell them you use 4 months in the business. You can't very grow. Probably you are thinking that their sign up is for you, or their sign up is so that your own check can increase. You don't know where for development and you need. If that person is not really ready to be the business, it's better that they're not that they're outside, they are doing something else. That occupying space in the business and not building. Is someone getting what I'm saying? Is someone getting what I'm saying? So one thing that can affect your goal is, let's move now, number 3 Moshua, is not onboarding them and having them in sync properly very early in the month. Maybe it's on the 26th that you now take that down where you are starting this month. Oh, I'm shocked. Starting this month. I will sponsor it, not tell me before now. You will not be giving excuses. But early in the morning, and be aware, and you're working towards it. And after you also start factoring that in, you tell them, pick your account. When you bring your account, how much have you made? I get this like this month. Oh yeah, you need to make some more money. You don't make, yeah, you need to make more money. Look at your proposal. Is this how you sign up this month? You start communicating to them and they are working towards that particular month. Fantastic. Next slide, please. Number 4, your own fears as a sponsor. Your own fears as a sponsor. Your own fears as a sponsor. Now, everything that affects one person with this. Your own fear as a sponsor. I say this happens, but fear comes most times from lack of preparation. This happens, but it comes most times from lack of what? Preparation or lack of knowledge. They are scared. If this person step up, what will happen? By the time they sign up, what will happen? What if they are unable to consist? What if they are unable to maintain it? Unnecessary fear. You, by the time you got started, or by the time you signed up, did you knew that more every month that you'll be able to consist? No. But it's time with the level of belief that more we are going to figure it out. You are going to get it right. The corona. So most persons, the reason why they are not extended is because they don't believe in their team enough. They are scared for their downlines. Get the right. They are scared. And you cannot pick the team with fear and you're expecting that your team will grow. If you are well prepared enough, you will not be scared for your team members. If you have the right knowledge about network marketing enough, you will not be scared for your team members. Next slide, number 5. Your team not making money. That will affect your goal. Your team not making money. Your team not making money, and that's why you need to have the right strategy. I've told you when it comes to earnings, I'm going to choke to me. Mr. Ashwin, I need this slide to move. I need to show them a table. I'm going to choke to me. Earnings. Yes, this slide. I'm going to choke to earnings. Look at some of the things that I listed here. And these are some of the things that I will try to do back to back. Sometimes you sit down, you message all past nights. There's some man that will be like, I remember that month I did it. Some person have 2 account, 3 account, 4 account. Even when it was Iran, you tell them to send some special messages to all of their buyers. They have a 30 discount off that will expire in the next 48 hours. If you're interested in this service, I can provide it for you. And you try to do outreach, send it out to all your past clients. Sometimes you create multiple proposals. I learned that from Statobi. Some buyers that you didn't work with before, but because you need money, your team needs money, you are going to think, how can I upsell this buyer? Sometimes there are some months that is not new buyers that you need. What you need sometimes is more upselling. How can we upsell the existing ones? This month like this, for example, I don't even currently have an active account as a person. But this month, what did I do for like past? I think I said last month. I started reaching out to some of my past clients that have their WhatsApp number, and I started following up with them. And I was able to actually get one of them to respond. That guy now, he has actually sent me about $300, and I've not even started the project. And he sent it to me in advance, based on the strategy that I sent to me. Sometimes, if you're intentional enough about some step of months, nothing will stop it. See, if I no ṣe kíní kan no ṣe kíní kan, tó bá ronú máa figure out. Number 2, all project catalogs. That was how some person were able to sit down. Even when you didn't have money to send a lot of proposals, they did catalogs research. You were able to get some messages and make money. Some person did product sales. But if your mind is only on just one channel, it might be hard to scale. As a manager, nothing stop you from having both Ponga and Chume account. I can show your team possibilities. Some persons are going to get product sales orders, and that's how they'll be able to get their point. Most persons, the only thing on their head is just the fiber. And why have you not stepped up? Account is not ranking. Is account ranking the only way to step up? Is it the only way to make money? Next one, massive social media outreach. Number 5, massive fiber research. And it's easier to coordinate based on smaller levels. 3-4 persons can sit down and research better than when we are trying to do the whole office. There are 17 persons, 18 persons. Company is serious. When you're a manager, you have about 4 or 5 persons. You can call all of them together. Every week they must be needed research. So even no matter how competitive fiber is, you will still be able to find some countries that you can create, have some gigs on them, and you'll be able to make some more money. So when it comes to stepping up and becoming a senior manager, now some person make money from productions, some person make money from Mopo, some person make money from fiber, some person make money from scouting. But when you're trying to use just one channel, it might be hard to scale it. Are you guys getting what I'm saying? Are you guys getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Next one. Next slide is office problems. Don't forget, I'm telling you things they might need to look into that can affect your goal. Next one is office problems. Office problems can affect you from stepping up. Number 1, when there's lack of cooperation in your office, or you're in that office, you are selfish. So in the office, you are selfish. You have ideas, you don't want to give other people. You don't want to work with other people. Because you have a senior manager, you are guiding everything, you are auditing everything. It later tell on you. On your office, the level of complacency is just so high. Level of complacency is just so high. And you want that office to have production of power eventually. It cannot happen. It cannot happen. So now, I want us to go over what are the things that I listed that can affect your goal. Now, I want you guys to give them to me back one after the other. Okay.
Alright.
Are you alive?
I'm alive.
Are you alive?
I'm alive.
If you are sleeping, say I'm alive. If you are sleeping, say I'm alive. If you are active, say I'm alive.
I'm alive.
Are you on the way?
I'm on the way.
So what's number 1 I said?
Writing it down is only a wish to thinking.
Please, I want you guys to talk like human beings. I'm outside, I'm screaming on the top of my voice, I'm stretching myself, I'm trying my best. You guys are sitting down, you are much more comfortable than I am. So your voice is even meant to be better than I am. So number 1 is what?
Writing it down is only a wishful thinking.
No, there's a continuation. So that means the number 1 thing that can affect your goal is when you only set them and you don't do what? You don't work it out. So that means you just wish. You're just writing down a wish. Number 2 is what?
Not wanting,
Talk like human beings now.
not wanting to make some trade-off.
Not wanting to make some trade-offs or what? Or sacrifices. Number 3 is what?
Not uploading your team or having them in sync.
Not what?
Not uploading your team or having them in
Think
sync.
properly. That's why you don't communicate. You don't tell them, oh, this sorrow. You are scared. You cannot tell them and come on, you overstay. Number 4 is what? Your own fear as a sponsor. You don't believe in them enough. You have a lot of those mental things in your head. What if they don't consist? What if they're unable to sustain? What if? When you train your team enough, those what if reasons reduces. It will reduce. When you duplicate enough, those what if fears in your head reduces. Number 5 is what? Your team know what? Making money. And that's where the go about Chokoti. I've told you have more time than the what if. You have more time than the director. But when you're overly dependent on them for problem solving, you will not figure out ways to make money. So those are the 5 pieces, Abi. Did you miss anything? Okay, office what? Office problem. Office what? Problem. Now what did I say there?
Lack of cooperation,
selfishness, and what? And the last one we'll talk about is tracking. Next one. Okay, yes. No, this one. No. Accountability. No. This one. Accountability and tracking. So write this link down and go and check it. There is simple tracking there. bit.ly/SM to B track. So write the link down. bit.ly/SM to B track. It take it to a Google sheet. Yes, capital B new. It take it to a Google sheet. And you can duplicate that Google sheet and start tracking your guys. What we use on that Google sheet, you see active, pending, cleared, you see comment. So what do? You guys are managers, it's for you. So let's say you have 4 persons, your own name will be there too. Your name, everybody in your team, you list it there. Active, pending, and cleared, you list it there. And then under the comment section, you put comment of every team member. You can even have a new column where you put to-do list. That means, what will you do for that downline? Or what does that downline need that you need to do for them? So it's a simple tracking sheet that a manager can use to track their team. Everybody active and you're updating it every 5 days. Every what?
5 days.
Every what? 5 days. Pushing the step up here. So, what's called? Day 1, you update it. After 5 days, you update it. And how do you do it? Go and set alarms. And personally, I use Notion. So go and set all these things on Notion. It's going to remind you every 5 days. There's a way you can actually set it up. And when you set it up, you say, more, let me update my team tracking sheet. You go there, active pen and clear, you update it. So by the time you update it and you are going to your leaders and your sponsor, this is what you show them. Once you show them your tracking sheet, your team chart, you now show them the tracking sheet. Yeah, it will let make. Oh yeah, it will only choose the new one. It will only choose the new one. And you write comment. Okay, this person has an attitude problem. So what do we do? Let's recommend a book or a podcast. This one has accountability problem. So what do we do? That is how you build your team to grow, not building from a place of fear. So if you are scared of them stepping up, because you are scared of how they will survive as a distributor, they will not grow steep. So it's better that you sit down, you track them based on their personal problems, and you are giving personalized solution based on what your leaders are also instructing you to do. Fantastical. Wow. And lastly, we talk about pillars versus pillars. The goal of our business is to become a leader and not a filler. And this is one of the things I trained some of my guys on recently. But there's no time I will not be able to go so much in depth. But I'll just talk based on it to a level where we all can understand. Leaders are those that are actively involved in the systems and activities of network marketing. Now, who are feeders? Listen very well. Feeders are people that because of challenges, because of team problems, ups and downs, they just now occupy space in the office and in the business. They are not pleading and at the same time they don't want to go. What of them occupy space? Feeders sometimes were once leaders, they were once serious, they were once actively involved in the process of building. But because of one challenges or the other, or team destiny or onto the feelers. Feelers don't make use of training. No matter the strategy, no matter what you give them, they don't make the best of trainings. They'll just write down automatically daily, they're back to ground zero. And fillers will not make progress in network marketing. I'm saying it directly. The best way I can say it without my words. I'm not saying those words to make you feel nice or to make you smile, but they are the truth. I need to evaluate and ask yourself, at the moment, are you a builder or you are just occupying space? Builders have the no limit mentality. No matter the problem, no matter the challenge, we are going to figure it out. That's the mindset. What do fillers want to do? Fillers are in survival mode. And I'll give you the characteristics. They just make some amount of money and they collect breakdown. They collect breakdowns with no intention to scale their business. Even the money for liquid, they end up spending it on one problem or the other. I'm telling you from what I've noticed. I'm telling you from what I'm actually seeing in the business. They don't sprint to make reasonable amount of money. Once they make the $70, $80, $100, they know they will collect feeding, they will collect transport, they will collect data. And once they have those ones, survival mode, nobody will see. And life does not care. By the time you become a filler for so long, what happens? You get frustrated and you get out. Network marketing is not peace. Entrepreneurship is not peace. It's not for babies. It's not for babies. It's not for those that are begging to build. Business is for those that have actually seen the light and become a business leader. And they are ready to use network marketing as a route to make it happen. Builders are skillful, but fillers, they don't have tangible skills. They want to make money, but they don't have tangible skills to back it up. And as long as you want to make money, but you don't have the skills, you are under the filler category. It's better you sacrifice the whole month and sit down with skills, so that you can now call yourself a builder. Because how do you want to duplicate as a filler? You call people into the business and they are not even proud about your own skill level. You call people into the business and they don't want to even pick up your own niche. Because they know you are not good at it, they rather pick someone else in the office that will become their mentor. They are running away from your own skill, because working with team and show one possibility. Are you guys getting some tips I'm talking about? Third one, builders, they get result and make progress. But fillers, they occupy space for months or years. For months or years. And what do fillers do? They stay in a position whereby they can rebuild bridges. Bridges that they built before. They will be rebuilding bridges. They will not say they want to quit. But they are in business, they will be rebuilding bridges till they find the perfect alternative and they run away. This is not the first time it will be happening. But they saw how you belong in that category and you make progress. And lastly, builders are focused. As you will know from their activities, you will know from what they post on their status, you will know from the way they train, you will know from the way they work with their team. They don't have a lot of distractions. And fillers tell them married to go to distraction. Too much of games, too much of movies, too much of unnecessary things. Even sometimes they might have more resources, but most fillers, what happens, they don't make good use of the resources that they have. Excuse the portrait. And that's why personally, I don't work well with people that have excuses. Because you go just they get me angry. If your excuse is too much, I want to be able to move at that frequency. And if you're at this point in time, I want you to ask yourself, are you a builder or a filler? That's the first question. And number two, who do you have in your team? Are you building more of builders or you are building more of fillers? If you have fillers in your team at the moment, your goal is not to be complaining and be whining it. Your goal is to go out to the basics of prosperity, the basics of numbers, and build more builders in your team. But a filler cannot be the builder. A filler cannot be the builder. If you're a filler and you have builders in your team, they are either building themselves or they find other mentors that guide them. A filler cannot duplicate someone to be a builder. So if you want to have builders in your team, you yourself must build crazily to become a builder. And when you get so much obsessed with the business, that energy is so going to radiate that your guys are going to start picking it up step by step. Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Alright. So I know we're talking about a lot of concepts today. Am I calling Bono? Step by step, and we might get it right. So one last minute to revise our notes. one last minute revise our note. I believe we started from letting us understand that the only way to change is through what? Action taking. Let's be active. Go back. Let's revise the note while I run off. The only way to change is through what?
Action taking.
It's through what? Action taking. And don't forget the quote I said at the beginning. I said, you cannot advance to a higher phase of life until you do what? Until you learn the lessons that the current phase is trying to do what? It's trying to teach you. We looked at reasons why you need to become a senior manager. We looked at 9 reasons. Have you now?
Yes, sir.
9 solid reasons why you need to be a leader. And from that, we moved on to talking about structures. The importance of structures. From that place, we moved on to talking about things that you need to know and understand. You don't need to look at me, look at your notes. Look at your notes and follow through. So them and they understand, we training them should connect. Things that you need to know and understand. And I think we looked at about 5 of them. From there, we moved on to what are the things that can affect your goals. What are the things that can affect your goals? From there, we moved on to this accountability tracking sheet. And from there, we ended up with leaders and feelers. Fantastical. Wow. Now, I want to advise you. After this training, never daily and slow jokoti. There's some trainings that it's not just one sitting. They might understand and they might get the whole concept. Mr. Siddiq is going to come home and they will train again. And I know the Siddiq trains. You still need to go back and also check it. Revise those trainings. It can be once in 2 weeks or once in a week. Probably the recording is available. I will do so much make sense that you can actually go by it. And when you go by it, I can assure you, implementing those strategies, they are going to really learn. There's nothing stopping you from becoming a leader in the next 6 days, if you're intentional. And I look forward to celebrating you guys. Let's appreciate God Almighty.
Okay. Alright, it's in a hurry, so we just want to give like opportunity for 1 or 2 persons to ask questions. You have to be very fast, speed of light. If there's no question, you have to give now.
If there's 1 or 2, I can actually get quickly answer it now. How about
one, who is the second person?
But if not, probably you can get Mr. Idea to address it. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
we have one.
But if there's 1 or 2, I can quickly attend to it now.
Okay.
Alright.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ysam. So my question is that, what approach or advice would you give to a manager who has downlines or even who has this childish behavior, like they're not managed yet?
How would I do?
They are big, 18 approach.
Okay.
And they're like Facebook, you know that the meeting, you give the opportunity of course, but then it doesn't have this childish behavior that probably when they call him at home, he just goes easily. You want to use all these, you know what these excuses at all. It's so challenging and it's getting on this sometimes. I can have my own approach.
Okay. Alright. I'll just be practical. And I want everyone of you guys to listen very well. So when you have people in that category, they are probably so childish, or probably they are not so mature yet. Any small issues, they go home, they call them for mom, they go home and stuff like that. The only way you can actually help those kind of persons is through reality trainings. It's through what? Reality trainings. Many persons in the business, they were once omo mommy, omo daddy. But because of exposure over time to the realities of life, and when you are training it, you are not training from a point of I want you to be the business. You are training from a point of I want you to understand this concept so that you can become a better person. I'm seeing people move from those that take so much of excuses, go home almost every month and the likes, to people that now decide to stay in Ife and be for 3 to 4 months even before going home. But what changes reality training is not just you saying it. Because persons like that, every time they want 1 million and complaining so much about you are this, you are this, you are that. They would think they are just saying it because you want them to be serious with the business. For this some reality training, the need for entrepreneurship. Why do we need network marketing? Why the advantages of network marketing? Studentpreneur, all those topics, no matter what you know your thing better than someone else. So you know that before my team can scale, these guys need to understand entrepreneurship. And you actually have to bring in trainers that were able to manage their own scenario. Probably persons that have parents that always call them more often, so they actually be able to get some level of result and their parents are not supporting them. You connect with those set of persons that can actually come and talk to your guys. That's the first advice. Now the second advice they did, because you are saying it does not mean they will change. And that's why you also have to play the numbers game. So that you are not just sitting down with them alone and you are hoping that they will change. Now write this down quickly. How people change the business. Number one, some persons are going to change from training. When you train them, you will see them get better. Number two, some persons will change from correction. Correction. This one is wrong, don't do this. There are people that change from that. Number three, some persons get better from one-on-one conversation. Now, even if you train generally like this, they may not pick it up. But one-on-one conversation, they change. And number four, some persons change from personal experience. So some persons, until they now have that personal experience, I know they do nonsense since. It's until that time that some persons will change. So for some of your team members, some came from training, some will change. Some one-on-one, they will change. Some, give them correctional measures. If you don't achieve this, I'm not allowing you to go. If you don't get this level of results, you are going nowhere. And you are very disciplined about it. They are going to adjust their slackiness. Come and adjust, so you know, but if they also need to if not achieve anything, they are running no. There are some persons in my team, I don't allow you to travel. Now many of them are directors, executive managers, they are happy about their level of development. But if I've allowed all those babies, childish things, what am I quit? Because I know the business is not for babies. But some persons, no matter what it is, their own personal experience that will make them change. But those ones that wasted time. So I don't sleep on them and ensure that I have more persons that are working with. And you need to show that you are not the problem as a sponsor. So when you have other persons in your team that you are working with and also get to some level of results, some persons will adjust. Some persons will change when they see that person's result. So they will know some more, I mean, don't waste time more. So shaping and sponsors are be like this. Or you're not having new productions, you're not having new probies, you're not having new newbies, opportunities, you're not inviting anybody, they're the ones that are following up. You yourself get frustrated yourself. So I'm giving you the first option, reality trainings, and I'm giving you the second one. So the one that works, go and implement it.
So one more opportunity.
So I want to ask that how do you properly onboard a newbie?
How do I properly onboard
Yes, sir. What kind of trainings? What kind of
Any right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think that you focus them about.
You want me to go into a different training? There's a DC for it. There's a training I think that was in Nashville office when we're sitting Jesus training. Although I'm working on the updated document. But what I can actually do is I can share with probably Mr. Idea and then you can actually get it for me. So if you actually go through, there's a slide that I have. It's like a 90 days, something like that. On what you need to do month 1, month 2, month 3. How you go about your onboarding, what you discuss with them and stuff like that. How you getting it down. So that's like one of the best slides that I have for onboarding process. So when I share with Mr. Idea, you can actually get it from him. Are you getting it like that?
Yes, sir.
But I'm actually working on an updated one. I'm not done with it. I have a lot of things I'm trying to sort at the moment. But that slide by slide it is detailed enough. And when you go through it, it's enough. But what I advise is this. Although I start my onboarding very early as a manager should be done. But I prefer that onboarding training should be done by senior managers, executive managers. Are you getting it? So even when you have that, I'm not saying start guiding your guys differently from your upline senior manager or upline EM. You guys will still need to collaborate. And it's better when it's a senior manager or an executive manager that is handling it. And what you need to do, you bring your guys, you guys attend together, and probably when they are done, you can also have conversations with them. Are you getting it? So I'll share the document with Mr. There is so much detail. If I start going into it now, It's about probably a 12-page document or so. Okay. Alright. So apologies, please. I actually have another training coming up, and I need to actually rush down to 15. But if you have any questions whatsoever, this is what we can do. If work we miss like there, we can probably have a separate group, maybe, and then those questions can be sent there. And what I will do is, I'll probably sit down one night and I'll actually send voice notes to address those questions. Because if you message me directly differently, I might not see it on time. Okay. I might not see it on time. It might go down before I see it. You know the offer. But I'm sure that my friend is in the house. And if you guys also have questions, you can ask him. So I believe that we'll also answer it back to back. It's someone that I trust very well. Okay. Alright. So thank you for having me, young Atibas.
Alright. So say part one. Say part one. How was part one? It was nice, right? So what we are trying to do is we are streaming and we are recording at the same time. So at the end of this training, you have access to the links, so you don't have to worry. So in case there's a part you want to re-listen to, you'll be able to listen to. But I want you to appreciate everyone that has been trying to make sure that this is a success. Thank you. I want you to appreciate yourselves for your attention and dedication. So one thing I will tell you is before we go to the next one, we are having just 3 major sessions. We are having this is the first session. We are having the strategic session. I'm going to come up to have a full session with you guys at that point. So we are trying to make sure that we are time conscious as possible. This is not a medium we do a lot of do like modeling training for a lot of value. And I want you to understand that those people who become creative minds are people who are very professional. People who are what? Just know that because I want to read something for you, to you. Now,